Well, god damn, look at that. I saw this in the window when I drove by your shop. That's a KZ1000. My brother had one of these, and it'd do damn near 300 miles an hour. He'd bored it out to 4,000 cc's and put a Mack truck tire on the back. Really hook up good at the drag strip. Got one of them giant Mickey Thompsons on the back. You know, I had one of these, and I was the only guy in the neighborhood that could outrun them police interceptors. No, man, dude, fuck you. I am so sick of hearing about everybody's friends, neighbors, uncles, brothers, cousins, whatever, that had a KZ1000. They're motorcycles. You know, back in the day, they were something really special about them. Maybe, you know, they were this much better than a CB750, and maybe back then going 120 miles an hour really blew your hair back. But by today's standards, comparing this to any 600cc sport bike, this is garbage. This thing is heavy. It's really slow. It doesn't brake worth a shit. It doesn't turn hardly at all. A low rent $1,200 Katana will show this thing its ass in any possible environment. But this thing attracts weird, creepy old men like a fucking bug light. I am so sick of having a KZ1000 in the front window of my shop. I have lowered the price on this bike 4 times. And for as much as people say, oh, they're collectible. I got one in my garage. You need to come out and take a look at it. I got 3 or 4 out there. You know, it's a KZ1000. You got to come out. I know those are worth $10,000, $12,000. They're so rare. They're so valuable. 1, it's not rare. I guarantee it's not rare. And 2, if I go out to somebody's garage to see a KZ1000 and I see a fucking LTD or a fucking CSR or something with shaft drive on it or something that used to have 18 bags on it again, I'm getting too old for this shit. This stuff is great, and if you've got 6 of them in your garage and you've got your own personal little KZ1000 tribute to Nebraska museum going on back there, good for you. I'm proud of you. But please do all the shop owners in the world a favor and quit thinking that we want to hear about it, because you know what? We don't. I've got the maximum number of KZs that I'll ever need in my life. Well, I've got too many, let's be honest with you. $4,000 for the 77 in the fancy House of Color paint job, $5,000 for the 76 that still has all the original turn signals on it and hasn't been thrown down the drag strip too many times. Somebody please buy these fucking bikes and put me out of my misery. Having this thing in the front window has been the world's worst type of bait. I can only imagine it's the same thing in 25 years when motorcycle shop and motorcycle dealers are going to be having his people coming and talking about their buddy's Hayabusa. It's going to be the same story, just 20 years in the future. Look, man, good for you. Back in the day, this was cheap power. And you know what? In 1980, you could have had one of these things for Uncle Joey's bail money. That's great, and that's cool. They're not that amazing. And anybody who says they are is probably trying to sell you something. So, ride fast and take chances. If you're riding fast on one of these, you are taking chances.